My father would take me with him wherever he went, even to play cards. I used to be very happy because I was young, and no matter what he did, I got my pocket money.
Danny was the youngest among the three siblings. He was his father's favorite, loved and pampered. Danny spent much of his time with his father and was very happy with him, except for the time when he fought with his mother.
My mother would always complain that my father was spending a lot of money, gambling, roaming here and there. They always argued. My father would manhandle my mother.
Danny was too young to understand anything, and before he could realize what the problem in his family was, he received a heavy blow at the age of 8.
One fine day morning, when I heard that my father died, I was upset. My mother cried loudly. I did not know what to do at that time. When my father died in that situation, I did not know who I could get close to because I was so close to my father.
His father's death shattered Danny. He had hardly come to terms with the loss of his father, and soon he was to face another change. He was sent away to a hostel.
After going there, every week my mother used to come. I would tell her, if my father was alive, it would have been different. He would have got me everything, whatever I wanted.
Danny failed in his studies. He changed several schools and found himself developing a negative self-worth. He was completely disillusioned with life. Danny returned home from the hostel. Lacking love and acceptance among his close family members, he found himself indulging in activities that would get him attention.
I was going for matriculation coaching. In this period, my friend circle increased. I would not go for coaching classes. Instead, I would roam around and waste my time. I won't even study. My mother would come to know all about this through the teachers in the interval time. They would ask her, "What is this? What is your son doing? Is he studying or just roaming around?"
One evening, Danny went to a friend's house. There was a prayer meeting for which he sat through on the insistence of his friend. That evening, what the preacher shared caught Danny's attention.
Suddenly he looked at me. He told me, "God has called you and set you apart when you were in your mother's womb. Jesus Christ will forgive you. He will wash you with His blood." Those words really attracted me. That time I felt that I should come out of my habits. And I had a great desire in my heart to grow in this Lord Jesus Christ.
As days went by, Danny lost track of the love he had found. The enthusiasm and fellowship was fading away. Soon, Danny drifted back to his old ways, only this time it was much worse.
My mother came to such a peak stage that she would say, "If I had wringed your neck and killed you when you were born, you would not have grown up to be such a burden in my life." She would keep on scolding me, and I would feel like running away from home.
While Danny was deep into his old ways, he continued going to church, and it wasn't long before God caught his attention again.
One day a Brahmin boy named Lal came and invited me to a meeting. I thought, okay, let me go and see how a youth meeting is. As I entered, Brother Ranganathan was talking about the prodigal son. He said, "You have gone very far away from your God, your Father. He loves you." He also said that for you, He is waiting with His arms open wide and is waiting restlessly, pacing up and down at the entrance of the house, waiting for you to come back. When he was saying that, I felt like, what is this? Can a father love his son who is in such a worse stage? That word really touched me, and at that time I committed my life to the Lord. I felt the Lord forgiving me, gently assuring me, loving me, and caring for me.
This time, the change in Danny's life was evident. It surprised everybody. Danny did not miss any opportunity to share the love of Jesus Christ. he sensed God's call and decided to serve God. But this decision caused him opposition from family. Undeterred, Danny carried on.
I went to a very tough time in the ministry, like Asala, shirt.
I had only one shirt that I would wash it and wear it again and again. Sometimes I would walk around without footwear. I even went without food, and I slept at RTC complex. Around that time, Pastor Varaprasad came to Vizag. He recognized me and asked me to join in his ministry. At that time, I joined with him and came to Hyderabad.
Danny returned to Vizag and began working among the rag pickers and the community of eunuchs in the city, counseling, helping and guiding them towards restoration of a good life. Today, Danny is happily married to Lalita and has 2 wonderful children. Danny spends his time with his children, showering his love just the way he has received from the Lord Jesus Christ.
Just like how I enjoyed with my father at such an innocent age, I enjoy my life more than that with my God. Through my life, God has definitely proven that He can change anybody's life in any situation. God has given me the grace to experience His love in my life.